Alright, moving right along. This is now part, 3 of the, what is this thing actually called? TV tennis game kit build. Alright, we're starting to get now into the electromechanical stuff, which will be these plugs and these buttons, and probably this, and yeah, we'll see where that leaves us time-wise, and we'll just keep going here. Alright, so we're just going to pop these switches in. Nothing overly complicated about this process, especially considering the way the legs are designed here. They actually sort of click into the board, which makes it super convenient to put them in. They're not polarized, they just close the circuit when you push the button, unless these are normally closed buttons, in which case they open a circuit. But 9 times out of 10 these are going to be normally open buttons. I really like the tactile feedback on those. Those are nice. Very, very nice definitive clickiness to them. So nothing overly special. The only temperature sensitive part of these components is the plastic that they're made out of, but I should hope that that would be a fairly high temperature plastic. So we're just going to go ahead and slap some solder onto these leads. Nothing special required. There we go. Oop. Just going to keep flowing the solder here. It's nice having a part of the project where you don't have to be super crazy careful, because I can work at a fairly rapid pace. Don't have to worry about aligning these because they self-align. Really convenient lead style on them for that. Come on, there we go. Alright, there's those switches soldered on. I'll just nip off the tips of the leads, because they are kind of sharp. There's those ones, and look at these. I think I just sent one pinging across the room. Oh well. Alright, scattering little silver bits everywhere. I'll clean those up later. Alright, and as far as the... Alright, we'll get these next. Where? Okay, there we go. Oh, a bunch of holes on this thing. It's like they designed it for a dozen different types of plugs. They sent nice gold-plated ones. Alright, so that went in the first one, those went there, that went like that, and that. These also have friction clips. Now these are going to be a real pain in the butt to solder because there's a lot of thermal mass. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my soldering iron up a little bit. Alright, because this is not going to be fun to solder unless we have a lot of heat going into it. There we go. There we go. I think I hear Matthew getting home, which means I'm going to have to cut the video here in a minute, and I have absolutely no idea how long I've been recording because I forgot to start my stopwatch. Okay, I've been going for about 4 minutes. Oops. Oh no, I did get that one on that one. Alrighty. Thankfully this isn't a heat sensitive component, so we can get away with turning the soldering iron up. There we go. And there we go. I'm not going to be super neat with these because, well, I don't want to have to flow that much solder onto them, but there's enough solder on them. Oh, there we go. Say hi to YouTube, Matthew.
No.
Alright, so we're just going to trim these off real quick. And I'm actually going to pause the video and come back in a second. Alright, sorry for that brief pause. We're back going here. I decided not to trim too much of these because I'm not too sure if it'll affect the structural integrity of the plugs, so we'll just leave those the way they are. Alright, so our next step is to mount the battery pack. Now the battery pack, where do the leads for the battery pack solder in? Over here. Is that what it wants? Yes, that is what it wants. Okay, so that means that the battery pack is going to go in about here, which means that we need to put a screw through here, like that, and like that. I'll flip it over, and ooh, I do not like the positioning of this stuff. Oh well, alright, and then we'll drop these nuts down. Oh. Pay attention to the instructions there, Chris. Alright, so it actually wants me to mount this a little proud off of the board with these spacers. And then put it on. That makes sense, actually. Alright. So there's that. I think this video might run a little over because I'm going to try to finish everything this time around. So we'll just get, do I have a large enough nut driver in this kit for that? No, I don't. Okay, so we'll just grab a standard slotted screwdriver. Get it reasonably tight. I don't really have a super awesome way of holding these nuts because I don't have a pair of needle nose pliers up here. So I'll just pinch with my fingers and hope that that's good enough to get them reasonably tight. There we go. Excellent. All right. Now, it rather peculiarly wants me to run leads for the battery pack over and around. And I guess that sort of makes sense, but it's still a little odd. So I want to give myself a little bit of slack. There we go. There we go. Do the same thing with the positive lead. To about the same size. I really should find my wire strippers. Brought a pair with me. But for now I'll just cheat carefully. Oh, not quite. There we go. Alright, so that's done. Now we're just gonna go quickly. Ooh dear. Okay, I didn't do that. Worried about that. Oh, need to turn my soldering iron back down, so There we go. We'll just tin these leads like so. And there we go. All right, so the positive lead comes around to this side. Oh, I didn't give myself a lot of room to work there. Positive lead. Go into the hole. And I'm totally way out of shot here. Why isn't that going in? Ah, there we go. So there's that one, and then this one crosses over and goes into that hole. There we go. And now, the slightly tricky process of soldering those leads without melting the insulation on the wires because they're looped around. There we go. And that's the last of the soldering for this kit. The only other things we have to do is this sort of weird structural stuff. So we'll go ahead and unplug the soldering iron. Excuse me again. And we'll grab the feet. Which are these? These are kind of vaguely rubbery. There we go. And the spacers. And the bolts. And the nuts. You can put these off to the side. We're actually right on track time-wise. So, these are going to go here. I was hoping they had a little bit more friction to hold them in. Oh no, that is actually incorrect. Alright, so these go up like that. That actually makes more sense, doesn't it, Chris? And then they go into the corners like so. Probably pulling that out of shot and out of focus. Do that. And then repeat the process 4 more times. Oh, there we go. Start the thermostat click so the furnace will be kicking in shortly. I think. Maybe the cats did something. Alright, there's another leg. Oops. Ah! Alright, there's that one. Last but not least, there's another truck engine braking, which is illegal in the city limits. I'm trying to get the police to do something about that, but they don't seem particularly motivated to. Ah! Hold still. Alright. I'll tighten this one down. And then this one. Alright. And that's the construction of the TV tennis game. I don't have a RCA cable at the moment, so I'm going to have to go out and purchase one, at which point I will do a follow-up video on what it's actually like playing. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me for this kit build. If you liked, give me a like below. Press the little circle here, or oh, I forgot to put my little placard. There. press the little circle here to subscribe. It's very important for my channel. I'll put a video YouTube things you'll like there-ish, and I'll post a playlist here that you might find interesting. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next project. Bye-bye.